We are officially on the road to WrestleMania. Let's get into it. What should we have learned? Do not trust Paul Heyman. Now, I think that Paul Heyman knows who the Masked Man is, personally. I think he knows. You know, it's very interesting, Paul. It's very interesting that when Braun Breaker got kicked out of the Rumble, in like 0.5 nanoseconds, he comes right back out with Brock Lesnar like nothing ever happened. Like, I have insurance policy. I'll win however I have to win. I'll go to another client. He was just too easy to move on, but that's not shocking because he's turned on everybody who he's been with. Now, could Paul Heyman possibly be gearing up to turn on Braun Breaker too? Maybe. Because, when he turned on Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker did, Paul Heyman looked so confused, but he only aligned with him and just did what he did because he was afraid. He didn't want to get speared to oblivion. He didn't know the plan, and Paul Heyman seems like a guy, he always wants to know what's going on so he can go in with a clear head and just know how to turn on someone. So the fact that Braun Breaker kind of did this turn on Seth Rollins without his permission, could Paul Heyman be holding a grudge? The tension is quietly building between Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. This is the second time that Braun Breaker went to Paul Heyman and couldn't get what he wanted. First time being Paul Heyman tried to get him back into the Battle Royal after Adam Pearce kicked him out a few months ago, but he couldn't. And this time, he wanted a match against LA Knight, and he couldn't pull that off either. And another thing, LA Knight, yeah, he is back, and he attacked the Vision because they took him out a few months ago, but he is back for revenge. And while Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Big Bronson Reed was getting attacked, Braun Breaker was just standing there looking. He doesn't care. And also when Bronson Reed had a match with Penta, Braun Breaker left because he couldn't get what he wanted. I think he is done with the Vision. He is done. He is done as done can be. He is done. Now the question is, not if, but when tensions start to really rise, who will be the one to betray who first? Will it be Paul Heyman because he has a history of doing that? Or will it be Braun Breaker because we saw that he will turn quickly if it benefits him? Original El Grande Americano is back for his identity. Who is the real one? Who's the real one? I don't know. I'm stuck. Is it El Grande Americano? Is it Original El Grande? I am completely bewildered. But it has been rumors that Original El Grande is Chad Gable, and this El Grande is Ludwig Kaiser. Now, I don't know the full facts because Chad Gable doesn't have a mask, okay? Ludwig doesn't have a mask, but what is interesting is that a few months back, when Chad Gable tried to get in Penta's face, Ludwig just happened to be in the background, almost like he was plotting to take the identity of Chad Gable. Who knows? But will Original El Grande Americano get his identity back and be beloved by the people? Who knows? But we'll find out. Gunther is a whole menace. I was eating my dinner, as a girl should, eating my girl dinner. Very nice dinner, very healthy, very demure. And then I heard AJ Styles' music. So, I put down my fork and I'm like, oh my goodness, AJ is back because, he put the gloves back on at the Rumble. So surely he did not leave. He was not there. It was Gunther who was mocking him, and he is rolling around in our heartbreak. He loves it. He loves to see us heartbroken. Dragon Lee tried to come out to defend the honor of those who are being disrespected, but wind up getting choked out. Here's my issue with that. Dragon Lee is the friend of Rey Mysterio. We know Rey Mysterio is a very upstanding man. Is he going to try to face Gunther, and Gunther's going to try to kill his career as well? This is a lot in the span of a few months emotionally. First John, then AJ. What, now Rey by summertime? I hope not. But Rey, being the upstanding man that he is, he's going to try to take up for his friend. Remember, a few months back, Gunther was going around laughing at everyone's faces. He laughed in CM Punk's face, he laughed in AJ's face, and he laughed in Rey Mysterio's face. One of them, he retired at the Rumble. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. This is a lot. This is a lot on Aaliyah, personally. Okay? But I admire the villain that is the Ring General. The ruler, the destroyer, the bringer of war, Oba Femi, has arrived on Monday Night Raw and took out the War Raiders. You know how much of a beast you have to be to take out the freaking War Raiders? And he's still not signed to any particular brand. Is Adam Pearce going to sign him? Is Nick Aldis going to sign him? You know, he has unfinished business with Rusev. They had a match at an NXT Live event last September. So Rusev may want to get his lick back, okay? But also, he has unfinished business with Drew McIntyre. Going to be very interesting to see where he signs to. Just know that war is upon us. The Bella Twins are back and looking to be the women's tag team champions. Can Brie Bella trust Nikki Bella? No. I wouldn't personally. You know, if somebody embarrassed me like that, I wouldn't go back to them and tag team with them. But, you know, they are sisters and they are the iconic Bella Twins. WWE Hall of Famers, by the way. Don't forget it. Okay? But, will they go after Rio? Will the Kabuki Warriors be upset that they, you know, are taking their spot, that they're jumping the line? Some may say. I'm not saying it. But some may say it. I'm not. I think that the Bella Twins are the perfect people to face Rio for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I mean, come on. They are the Bella Twins. They are a solidified tag team. And I think they deserve a shot at being tag team champions. But the Kabuki Warriors, more so Asuka, may not. But I think that Asuka and Kairi Sane have their own little thing going on. I would love to see the Bella Twins as tag team champions. You know, they have been a staple in women's wrestling. No matter what you say about them, they are well known. And they deserve to be respected because, after all, they still are WWE Hall of Famers. Dirty, Dirty Dom, Dirty, Dirty Dom is back. He is back. And he introduced Liv Morgan as the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner. Yep. Yeah, he did. And she was hyping up Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez came out, you know. And Liv was saying, you know, we both are in the runner-up to be champions. We both are. We're sisters. We can do this. But Raquel wasn't hearing none of it. She said, you stay in the back. You stay in the back. So Liv said, okay. Now, I knew that Liv wasn't going to take that lightly and easily. So we go into Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's World Championship, which was an amazing match. And, you know, props to Raquel Rodriguez. She has been doing phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic, and I give her her flowers. She lost that title match, but she lost because Liv Morgan got involved. It looked like she was helping her. But she wasn't. So what happened? When Raquel lost, Stephanie Vaquer was raising her hand in victory. And then Liv Morgan hit the Oblivion on Stephanie. In high heels, might I add. Because that was iconic in and of itself. And then she held up the Women's World Championship. Now, we all know the Elimination Chamber is coming up. And Raquel Rodriguez may be done with this. Because I think the Judgment Day is over. She might win the Elimination Chamber. And then that's really going to set a fire under Liv Morgan. She's going to be pissed if Raquel Rodriguez does that. The girls are fighting. And it's going to be bad. The 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner, the OTC Roman Reigns, has made his decision. He will be facing CM Punk at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in Las Vegas. Before their war of words began, CM Punk addressed Finn Balor directly. Roman, of course, he did not look happy about that because he is there to be acknowledged. How dare you go around me and address somebody else while I am here in this ring? And honestly, he's not wrong. I thought back to a few months ago when Roman Reigns said, you know, that title would look so much better on me. And they looked so confused, Cody and CM Punk, as to who he was talking about. That is for you guys to figure out. I think that Roman knew that Cody wasn't going to keep that championship for long. So he didn't want that championship because he's elevated that championship. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship because he said, they begged me. They begged the Tribal Chief to come back. He said he stepped back. He stepped back and tried to give these guys, the opportunity to grab that ring, to get to the mountaintop, but nobody has stepped up. So yet he has to come back. This was the first time that I have ever seen CM Punk speechless. He brought up that interview when he sat on his best friend's podcast and spoke about him. He made his life harder than what it should be. Roman said, I am choosing you because I hate you. What a horrible place to be in with Roman Reigns, because when Roman Reigns hates someone, that's when he's his most vicious, violent version of the OTC. And I fear that version may be coming back. I personally, if you know me, to know Aaliyah is to know that Aaliyah is terrified of the OTC. One, because, he's the OTC. He's scary. Two, I'm a fan of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is, that's my guy. But the Tribal Chief is right. He is levels above.
You will acknowledge me.
And there it is. Raw After the Rumble is in the books. We are officially on the road to WrestleMania. I'm super excited to see the chaos unfold. My name is Leah Valencia. This has been the Raw Roundup, and thank you for watching.